bothers me about this is that both Seal Rock Water District and Newport draw out of the same river at almost the same location. And with global warming and the trends, if you notice this year, it's down again.
Correct.
We could be completely out of water from that location in the foreseeable future. So you're talking about resilience, but you're talking about resilience if the water supply stays the same. What do you have for long-term plans? I know you're working on a water partnership, but that thing moves like molasses.
Right. No,
I thought you were going to say glacials.
I think anything that requires collaboration of many different entities and municipal water systems and environmental groups is not going to move quickly, under the best of circumstances. I think the key with that whole process is recognizing the fact that water is a limited resource, and certainly as we're going through periods of warmer and drier summers, the impact on the Siletz River, which is our water source, is really evident. Yeah. When you look at the historic water levels on the Siletz, we're running right even with what we experienced in 2015, and that's really on the record low level of the Siletz River for water. As these systems have expanded, whether it's Seal Rock or the city of Newport, there are opportunities to take a look at doing more interconnections similar to what we did between the city of Newport and Seal Rock District, which may open up as part of a kind of a comprehensive plan an opportunity to really use our water resources in a different way in the long-term future as these systems potentially interconnect with each other. And I think in the long run, it may even call for a totally different model of how we deal with municipal water, in Lincoln County. Again, it's a long-term issue, but I think the partnership is an important process that we've invested heavily in as a city to try to get this thing going, to try to deal with these matters on a regional basis instead of Newport dealing with Newport's issue, Toledo dealing with Toledo's issue, Seal Rock dealing with Seal Rock's issue. And so I think, unfortunately, some patience is going to be required with that process. And I think, but I think that is the type of process that could really bring about meaningful change about how we deal with these resources that are definitely limited and need to be utilized best, both from a domestic, industrial, and environmental standpoint, for the protection of the water bodies that we're drawing from. So a lot of work to do in that area, and there's a good conversation going forward. I'm hoping that the resources are there to help that conversation come to some sort of conclusion. So,
yeah.
Very difficult.
Well, I think the message is we all need to work together.
Yeah, we've got to work on this one for all of our benefits.
It's going to require a lot of time and effort and energy, but it's critical. So, all right, anything else?
Yeah, I guess I'm just in closing. From our perspective, before this is brought back to you for potential adoption via resolution, if there's any additional information you need from us or questions you have, if you could get them directed to us.
but yeah, we would be glad to respond in a written way to any specific questions that you have.
And Commissioners, I think process-wise, this has already gone through the Planning Commission at the city. And you have a recommendation, and I think it's before the City Council. You actually
have a public hearing on Tuesday.
On Tuesday,
yeah, so it's coming up. And assuming that this is adopted by the City Council, it'll be effective sometime in September then. Although the ordinance and the change does not become effective, it's the later date of either you adopting a resolution or the date the ordinance is effective, which means you've got a little bit of time to look at this, but we want to also be cognizant of the time frames that the city has to. So.
Understood.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate the information.